Ugh. Tired of being a spectator. Hey guys, it's Comic Relief Crusader here. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. Like some of you might know out there, I'm a graphic designer. I've worked alongside with a few third-party companies, for example, like X-Transbots and the like, and helped out the Transformer community somewhat, a little bit with scale charts and just various other media. Helped out Hasbro way back in 2002 with a prototype card game, which unfortunately didn't get picked, but whatever, doesn't matter. Still fun stuff to do, right? So, what you guys don't know about me is long time ago, in a town far, far away, myself and my brother and a bunch of other guys, George Ingram, Chuck George Ingram, Ron McRae, Peter Darling, Andrew Murphy. There was also Bill Terrell and Scott, and God, there was John Adair. There was a bunch of us in the city of St. John that got together eventually, and fanzines at the time in the early 90s were kind of the thing to do. And with the big seven that left Marvel, which would be, McFarlane and Jim Lee, Wallace Portasio, Mark Silvestri, Rob Liefeld, Jim Valentino, Eric Larson. When they left a big impact on my generation, Generation X, where we looked at ourselves and we said, you know what? If they did it, if they could just start their own comic company, why not us? And we wanted to. They were a big inspiration at the time. So we all got together and we started Drop Off Comics. Came up with a name, and that's what we came up with. And back in April 13th, 1993, was some of our first issues. Mine in particular was manga-based. Mine was called The Forever Wars. It was manga-based. Had a few issues out. Don't know if you can quite see that well. So, I had it on a monthly schedule. We disciplined ourselves quite well to do it on a monthly schedule. My brother, he had Kevlar. And he had another issue out as well. And what else did we have? We had another comic out by Andrew Murphy. Agents of Fortune was another title that we had. And we also had one other title, which was Phantom Fire, which was also by another artist. So there's another Agents of Fortune issue. We were so popular that we also had an interview on CBC Radio in Canada in St. John, New Brunswick, because we had gotten so popular. Here's a clip.
Late bus to let you know about this morning. This is in District 8, bus number 137. Carla Gamble's bus is running an hour late this morning. That's bus 137, Carla Gamble's, running an hour late this morning on the way to school. Right now, 16 minutes before 8, and a couple of local brothers found their comic book collections were getting a little expensive. So they decided that since they could draw, Why not start making their own comics with their own characters and storylines? Well, before they knew it, the brothers hooked up with a dozen others and started Drop-Off Comics. And they now have hundreds of characters and spend all their free time working on their strips. Our writer-broadcaster Ann Sullivan went by their studio to talk to some of the fellas who make up Drop-Off Comics.
Little boys and girls to tie towels around their necks, pretending they were the Cape Crusader. But that was another time, another place. So is the superhero a dying breed? Not at Drop-Off Comics, where a small, gallant band of nifty lads is fighting for the underdog. Sean and Mike Lorber work in their cool, dark underground den that doubles as their parents' basement in Gondola Point. But in this little world, with 12 other guys, they are responsible for the safety and future of millions of lives in hundreds of universes. Sean's creation is a superhero named Kevlar.
He's a 20th century Earthman who has been secretly teleported through time and space to a planet called Genesis, which is now overrun by cyborgs, which are led by their evil leader, Merak, who basically he has the power to control just about all cyborgs in the universe. And he arrived on Genesis when he was 19, and basically he's a kick-butt-all action guy. So I thought I'd give him two sidekicks. One is Nuke. He's an alien that arrived in year 3997 on Genesis. And his other mental sidekick called Wisecrack. He's a portal-opening, shape-shifting butthead. He has like a huge red mohawk right down the middle, and kind of a wimpy body, and he's never serious. He's very fat. He bounces around and everything, and he's from another alternate dimension we call it the What the Hell verse.
What happened to these mild-mannered teenagers? What strange power made them give up the mall to fight mutants from outer space?
It happened one day in a galaxy far, far away when we kind of got exposed to nuclear radiation.
The meltdown was powerful. Their job, fighting evil aliens, is consuming. The rewards, few.
My first issue was selling for 75 cents because it wasn't that large and could have been better. And my next issue is going to be 15 double-sided pages, and it's going to be selling for $1.50.
I assume you guys aren't making any money yet.
Oh yeah, we're making a lot of money.
Really?
Last couple, I made around $40.
Maybe that's a lot of money on the planet Genesis. Superman had a lot of trouble living a double life. He was misunderstood. But what about these guys? Are they seen as heroes or comic nerds?
All for it. My friends just love it. Like, when I was slowly getting my second issue done, my friend Scott, who's now out of the company.
Remember the first words? This is not going to work?
Yes, that's our first words. It's not going to work. We're never going to succeed. We're never going to get our first issue out. Now, about a year later, we're popular. Yes.
Ron McRae found his way into Drop-Off by accident. It wasn't a brush with kryptonite, it was a run-in at the flea market.
Me and Peter Darling here, we were over at Rhoda's Flea Market, and Sean and Mike were there selling their comic books. So I said, hey, this looks pretty neat. Peter, I'm pretty sure that he could actually come up with a story. Sort of.
He has.
He has. And I know I can draw fairly good. So the next week I came by again, I showed them some of my stuff, and they just looked at it and they said, you're in.
So why do they do it? Altruistic ideals about truth and justice? So they can leap tall buildings and race locomotives with ink and paper? Is their quest as noble as their superheroes?
We can do basically anything we want. Say if we wanted to blow up the Earth, we'll blow up the Earth, you know. Or if we wanted to sink Yugoslavia into the ocean for some obvious reason, like because they make bad cheese or something like that, then we'll do that, you know.
For Information Morning, I'm Ann Sullivan.
This is Information Morning, CBC St. John and St. Stephen at 990.
Now that the comic book industry, the big two, which would be Marvel and DC, and also some of the other smaller companies, Boom, Image, even Dark Horse, the independents, they're all spreading the big woke message. And it's ruining comic books. And it's being written by crazy feminazis that just want to spread their whole crap agenda. Men are bad. Only women are good. Or the Rainbow Mafia. Every character now has to be retconned and gay or bi or trans or this or that, when it never had to be in the first place. All you had to do was just make an original character, and if it stood up in the House of Ideas and the audience liked it, it survived. But now you're turning a lot of legacy characters into crap. And I suppose that's why things like a lot of independent people out there are starting their own comic book lines because they're sick and tired. Well, what's happening, what I'm doing, I'm going to try my damnedest to really improve myself and to celebrate 30 years when our own Drop Off Comics was released on April 13th, 1993. I'm going to try very hard to improve my skills and start up Drop Off Comics again. I hope I can come up with a really good storyline to get you guys hooked, to get you reading, and I will try to discipline myself to maybe come out with a monthly, maybe bi-monthly schedule. I'll try hard. That's my promise. I'm talking to one extremely professional comic book artist that is a veteran in his field, and I trust his opinion explicitly. I don't want to name any names. I'm taking hints, taking lessons from other people. And if you out there in the audience have anything that you can share with me, I would gladly appreciate the help. And here's hoping that I can bring back fun back in the funny pages. Anyway, this is the Comic Relief Crusader. I'll catch you guys out there. Stay tuned. Hey guys, Comic Relief Crusader here. Guess what? I got a store because I'm such a big nerd. Well, at least right now you can get a bunch of posters and stuff like that because, again, I'm a big nerd. And you can get this mug. It's a nice mug. Was Thanos right? Probably not. But anyway, you want to buy stuff? There it is. Click the link, and that's in the description as well. Buy some stuff. I'll keep you updated on any more merchandise that comes about. It's Comic Relief Crusader. Talk to you guys later.